we're going now. It's jer-dog here, everybody. jer-dogcomedy.com, the bar comic, thebarcomic.com, the bar comic on YouTube, which is probably where you're watching this right now. If anywhere else, go to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, wherever you get my bullshit. Facebook, Instagram, it's the bar comic everywhere online. I go to nightclubs, taverns, neighborhood bars, doing live stand-up comedy, entertaining the masses, mostly alcoholics. It's a lot of fucking fun, and I wouldn't do anything else. Actually, I got a few other things in mind that I'd like to do with my life before I wrap this shit up. But I almost forgot, I'm heading down Interstate 80 in the mobile recording studio. And I almost forgot that I need to get this video blog recorded. I like to do at least 1 or 2 a week. I like to do them when I'm on the road. I like to yak into the camera, if for no other reason than my own sake, my own personal amusement. You know, share some insight, share some words of wisdom. If you find this beneficial, then hit the subscribe button. I try to throw out 1 or 2 or 3 of these every week. And I try to keep it somewhat pithy. In other words, meaningful, insightful. Something that you can actually take away and learn something from, or at least be entertained for a little while, a couple minutes. Here I am yacked 1.5 minutes already and haven't really said jack shit other than personal plugs. But hey, whatever, man. The idea is just to yak it up, stay in the flow. Got to get in my zone. That's why I do this shit. It's to stay in the zone. You know? Back in the day, I used to go on the road, and I used to love to checked in the hotel room. I looked forward to that so much every week, getting checked in the hotel room, sprawling out on the bed, watching some HBO, hitting the hot tub, you know, smoking weed, getting drunk, and just living the life of pleasure, doing jokes, getting paid to do all that shit, you know. That's kind of what I actually look forward to, but it actually made the shows harder. There was a period a few years ago where I really had to save a lot of money. I got hit with a huge fucking tax bill, and I had to save a lot of money. I had to pay off this debt. So instead of getting hotel rooms, I skimped on the hotel rooms, and I would just camp out right here in the van. I still do that sometimes. If I got to get to a gig quick, I'll just crash out in the van instead of checking into a hotel room. Or maybe I want to get home early in the morning because I got shit to do. I just drive through the night, crash out for an hour or 2 in the back of the van. Whatever, man. The point is, you got to stay in the zone. Once I get into laying in that bed, all sprawled out, and I hit the hot tub, and you know, or even if I go to a nice restaurant, which I used to love. I used to love to hit up a steakhouse on my way home on a Sunday afternoon with a little congratulatory meal to myself for kicking ass. I had a good weekend doing comedy, you know, something, you know, a very fun, a very fulfilling weekend. I like to sit down to a nice big ass steak lunch, steak dinner with a couple beers, a little congratulations to myself, a little reward for a job well done. But now all that does is it fucks me up. It fucks me up. I want to do that too bad. And then I do that whether or not I did a good job. I lay out and sprawl out in the hotel room on the bed, all relaxed and taking a nap and getting lazy. Whether or not I do a good job on stage. But what I found out is the best way to consistently do a great job on stage is to just stay in the flow state, just to stay in the zone. Not really take time for rest. Sleep when I absolutely have to. Eat when I absolutely have to because I'm hungry, because I'm legitimately tired and my body is just fucking shutting down. I cannot keep my eyes open. That's when I lay down. Otherwise, I try to keep it going, man. Talking to the video, making notes, writing material, listening to the recordings from the show the night before, taking notes about that, writing new jokes on that, posting photos and videos on Facebook, doing some promotion, returning phone calls, writing articles and putting up pictures about my adventures on the road and the different places that I go to and the people that I meet. When I do the show, I get there early, I set up the equipment, I make sure everything looks good. You know, I do the show, I stay late, I meet and greet with everybody. I try to be one of the last people to fucking leave the venue that night to make sure everybody got their money's worth. But more importantly, for my sake, is to stay in the flow state and to help create the zone, hack into that zone, the comedy zone, which I actually think is a comedy club somewhere. I probably shouldn't have said that, but whatever, that's not what I mean. I mean the zone, the flow. Just keep it going, hit it hard, and then when I get home, then I rest. Then I take the day or two, and I pretty much chill out. And I'll do jack shit. Maybe return some phone calls, take care of some stuff that has a deadline attached to it. Things along those lines. But otherwise, completely drain the brain. And then when I go on the road on the weekends, I just hit it fucking hard, man. So, thebarcomic.com, that's what it's all about. Check me out there, jer-dog. I put up lots of videos. My favorite videos right now, I'm looking through the tapes. I'm trying to find videos where I'm doing heckler battles, which I don't really even think is battles. It's more just like interactions. Sometimes it's a heckler. They're trying to fuck up your show. They think they're gonna, you know, they think they're gonna outwit you. Sometimes it's happened. I'm not gonna say it hasn't. I haven't been the funniest guy in the room 100% of the time. But that's why I got a microphone, because even if they're funny, at least I'm louder. Hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you later. jer-dogcomedy.com. See you soon.